Hi, welcome to Leaving the Lies and Telling Your Truth. My name is Ariyl. I would like to invite you to our Facebook group, Leaving the Lies and Telling Your Truth. I would like you to join it. Also to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page, also Leaving the Lies and Telling Your Truths. Our today's guest has told us that according to him, Melody is his ride or die. No matter what, he stands by her side. And I'm just the one he blocks on Facebook, but he agreed to come on here and be interviewed by us. Nuke, how you doing today?
Doing great. Fine and dandy like cotton candy.
Mel, how are you today?
I'm doing good too.
Awesome. All right, Nuke, let's just jump right on into this. What year did you join the House of Yahweh?
1995.
Okay.
And what brought you to the House of Yahweh?
My brother went to the penitentiary for murder. And I spoke to him about Yeshua, the laws, and so forth. And the way the penal system works, he ended up being in Abilene in the penitentiary and came across a booklet. I don't know which booklet it was.
Okay.
And he corresponded back to me and said, "Hey, this is the pillar and ground of the truth." So I went to the House of Yahweh through murder, pretty much. That's a literal fact. Yeah.
Well, that's certainly a unique way to end up in the House of Yahweh.
That's literally how I found out about the House of Yahweh. Yeah, that's literally
Is your
the
brother
case.
still in the penal system, still following the House of Yahweh?
No. He's out free, and yeah, watch out for him though. But I'm just saying, he's out there.
Is he a member of the House of Yahweh?
No.
Okay. And how long did you stay in the House of Yahweh?
Almost 5 years.
That's about how long I was there too.
4.75 years, but almost 5 years.
Yeah, let's keep this technical, Nuke, because I might have to block you.
Oh, this is messed up, Eric. I love you, girl. I'm sorry, apologies, but I love you.
Hey, Nuke, what was your first impressions when you first joined the House of Yahweh? What was your impression of it?
I mean, Melody might know too, but the love, the fellowship, the camaraderie, the everything of coming together. I was just like, I'd never seen it before in my life because of my upbringing. So that was my first impression, was the love. I felt the love, personally.
Yeah, and I would say that's not, you're not the only one. You're not alone in that. I mean, certainly I think that's why a lot of people end up staying, especially usually I would say your first few feasts, that is the genuine feeling that you get. You don't see a lot of the negative and you get a lot of the positive.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, that's what I felt when I first came there. I was like, wow.
And when you're there almost, I feel like there's no, or when I first came, and it sounds like same for you, Nuke, and it's basically the same for you, Mel, there was no higher or lower or male or female or anything. We were just one family. There was such a unity, such a united front.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, that I what you just said. Yes.
So when you were a member, did you live in Abilene or were you an out-of-towner?
I had my hands to the plow. I was on TP Lane. I was right in the work. I was in the grid of things. I was in the inner workings of the House of Yahweh. Book room, everything. Not just book room, but if we need to leave, we're gonna work on some property or whatever. I was on that. I was there. I was there to the core. I was a core worker in the House of Yahweh, in the HOI.
Who did you work with?
Did I work with?
Yeah, did you work with just men? Did you work with men and women? Did you have a group of friends that you worked with?
No, there were no women in my work group. Mainly, first and foremost, I was in a book room, which was all men. Your David Moshe's, Jacob Lopez, Yedidia, uh, David Hawkins, who was a son of Israel Hawkins' wife. Uh, wait, who did I miss?
Okay, that's a pretty good
Uh,
group.
I mean, I'm just saying that was shit. I thought I missed some names. I can't recall the names right now, but you know, I was there in the inner court with Rakasha. I gotta mention him, Rakasha.
Were you
You
guys a
know,
close group? Was there a friendship? Was there a bond? Did you go out after work?
yes, 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 yeah. Now we were close. Yeah, we all were close. We all were close.
So I have to ask this question because for anybody that follows our page, Yedidia's name has been mentioned often. And I don't know if his name's ever really been mentioned in a positive light. What was it like working for Yedidia? What was he like working with and for him?
Now all the stuff that went on with you did here, I don't know nothing about. I have no inkling of that. But as far as an individual, as a friend,
Right.
I want you to see that. I love your Didier. He was a good man. And my dealings with him, I have no negative dealings with him whatsoever. Me personally, I can't speak on anything or anything else as far as with him.
That's
He
fair.
was a good man.
So he was good to you guys working with him and stuff.
Yes, yes he was.
Yes.
Yes he was.
That's actually a
Hey, you
really
know what?
positive thing.
I want to throw this in there too. I was the best chess player in the book room. They couldn't beat me in chess. I'm gonna go outside because my neighbor's currently mowing yard, so I'm gonna go inside. But I was the best chess player. None of them could beat me in chess.
So
But
you were the
anyway, that's
king of the board.
I was the king of the board. Yeah.
Okay. So
Uh,
so then would you say that working for the House of Yahweh was a positive experience? Did you have any negative experiences working for the House of Yahweh?
Me personally, no, because it built character for me. So I can't say okay. All right. I can't say no because
Do you,
the fellowship and what I experienced. I'm sorry, guys. I have to this morning back here.
that's
I
okay.
can't I can't say no. It wasn't a negative experience. Uh,
Do you feel that you were paid fairly?
wait, say that again.
Do you feel that you were paid fairly for the work that you were doing?
No, I was definitely underpaid. That was, I mean, yeah, I definitely was underpaid. That's a fact. Yeah, I was definitely underpaid, but because I felt the work I was doing was for the kingdom, so I was okay.
Right.
And as I mentioned, well, I'm gonna mention for this podcast now that I made $40 a week. Uh, yeah, I was definitely underpaid, but at that particular time, I'm like, I'm doing the work of, the creator of the universe. So
Right.
I'm like, I was cool with it, but my fellowship with it was, it was great with everybody and with everything.
So
Personally,
so basically you made the experience. I mean, making $40 a week would be difficult because the first question that pops into my mind is, did you have bills? Did you pay? Were you able to pay? I mean, were you able to eat or anything like that? And I'm sitting here watching you talk, and it's actually really refreshing because you could have taken such a situation that I'm sitting here cringing at, and you're just like, I was doing the work of the creator. I was moving for a better work. And for you to still have that positive energy, it just really speaks volumes to me.
Okay, what's the question?
Were you able to pay your bills?
Encouraging you.
Okay. I know, I heard what you said because you kind of like elaborated on what I just previously said. What's the question?
Yeah. Could you pay your bills? That was the question.
I just said, yeah. I'm like, yeah, no, you're right. You're correct.
Could you pay your bills? How did you eat? What did you eat? Where'd you live?
Okay, well, I stayed on the House of Yahweh property.
Okay.
So, I mean, my bills were the House of Yahweh. So, and they made sure I had water. I had to water to take a shower, you know.
Right.
You know, stuff like that. I mean, I had to walk to take a shower. I had no bills. So with that $40, we would, you know, budget what we gonna eat for the week. Well, at first it started off with me, but you know, eventually I got married. I don't know how you didn't segue into that with marriage into that aspect because
you're good because that was going to be my next question. Keep going.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say that eventually it was $7 a week, and it was me and a pregnant wife. And we just used that, and we did what we had to do, but I mean, we did it.
Wow. Now, was it still $40 when you were married?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Did your wife work for the House of Yahweh as well?
Yes.
And did she get a separate blessing or a paycheck?
That's why I said $70. She got 30. Got 30. I got 40. It made it 70.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you meet how soon after you were in the House of Yahweh did you meet your wife?
I met her Tabernacles 95. And we got betrothed that same Tabernacles, which means I met her one day. And it was 7 days later that we got betrothed. Which
is know what engaged.
That means. Yes. Which we got engaged. And then January of 1996, we were married.
Wow.
So in hindsight, did you feel that was moving a little too quick, or are you okay with how fast that went?
I was cool with it, but I was a terrible husband, so I played on that too. I don't know how to do husband. I was like, I can't husband good. I don't put it over there. I was like, oh, I'm just a bad husband. But she was there. She was there, ready to, you know, and me, I'm stupid. So that's how that went. But
so while you were married to her and they introduced multiple marriage, what were your thoughts on that, Nuke? What were your thoughts on multiple marriage as a whole and multiple marriage personally in your marriage at the time?
I think because we have talked, but I would say this. I think multiple marriage is a couple's decision. I don't think it's something that's, you know, need to be implemented, need to be done. If you can do that and you got the financial, because number one, the man needs to take care of everything. And if he can do that and take care of all of them, and then they're in agreement, number one, start with number one, the first person you're with. If that first person you're with, if they're cool with it. Because number one, you got to marry a woman that's cool with that. Because you can marry a woman and she'd be like, I'm not with multiple marriage. I don't want multiple marriage.
Right.
I don't want to be that. Then you can't do that, in my opinion.
Right.
But if you with a woman and she's like, yeah, I'm cool with that, then that man needs to be able to take care of that woman and the other woman and make sure they good. I have
Okay.
no problem with that. I
That
have no
leads me
problem with that.
into another question. How many men realistically in the house of Yahweh do you think can really afford more than one wife?
Wait, Melody, say your question again, Mel.
I said, how many men in the house of Yahweh realistically do you think can actually afford to have more than one wife?
I'm sorry, my phone rang while you was calling. I deleted it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, my phone rang
Okay,
while
I'll
we
say it one more time. How many men in the house of
calling
Yahweh
me.
do you realistically think can afford to have more than one wife?
Uh,
Oh no.
instead of calling me. I had to delete the phone call again.
Okay.
I told him, okay, that was something. Okay, how many men realistically in the house of Yahweh could have more than one wife?
Can afford that according to what
Can
your
afford
standard
that?
is. You're saying they can be able to afford that. I want to know how many men do
Uh,
you really think have the ability to afford to have more than one wife in the house of Yahweh?
okay, first and foremost, there are those that could when I was there. There are those that could afford if it was all in agreement that
Right.
could. So if I just chuck a number out there, I just chuck a number out there. But 5.
5.
And I'm just chucking a number out there.
Right.
Not really a number
So
because
it would be a pretty small percentage according to what your standard would be, because you're saying basically that most men were probably getting similar paychecks to what you were getting, meaning that you couldn't have afforded more than one wife on $40 a week, correct?
no. I could afford one wife. I'm surprised they let me get married. Oh wow, I get married. Yeah, no. I'm surprised they even let me do it. I'm just
Right.
saying. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I literally was like, wow. I had to go through hoops and chains. I had to go through my wife's parents to say okay. I had to go through Kiefer Arsamont, and she had to go through Sandra to say okay. And then after he said okay, I had to go through Shaul to say it was okay. And then after Shaul says okay, because we're gonna be living on TNP Lane, I had to go through Israel says okay. I
Wow.
went through all of that to say I could marry the
Wow.
woman I married. Yeah.
In the first 7 days?
Yes. Yes. I went through all of the first 7 days. Yes.
So
I
literally,
went
you
through
knew within the
I
first
went
day of meeting her, you wanted to marry her.
yes. And I had to go through all those individuals. First of all, her parents had to say okay.
Wow.
And once they said okay, I had to go to the marriage counselors. They had to say okay. And then once I went to the marriage counselors and she went to the marriage counselors, I had to go to Israel. Israel had to say it was okay. Well, before I went to Israel, I went to Shaul because I'm like, if we get married, she's gonna be staying on TNP Lane,
Are you
which you already
comfortable
know.
sharing how old you were and how old she was at that time? What were your ages?
22 and 17.
Okay.
Yeah,
Meaning you were
20.
22, she was 17?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes. She was 17.
So
Beautiful.
this leads me to my next question. At the time of multiple marriage came out, there was a book that came out. It was Slavery and Marriage in the House of Yahweh. And they spoke of men being the head of the household, which scripture does speak of that, and that women are helpmates and to be submissive. However, did you ever and I know that you know of some points where men were over dominating. Did you think that they had a right to behave that way? Or what were your thoughts on being the head of a household and how you should react and be as the head?
Okay, first and foremost, I disagree with that book as of right now. But back then, is you talking about a book that was written over 20 some years ago.
Right.
So back then, I agree with that book. But now I don't agree with that book.
Did you treat your wife with respect as being her head, or do you think that it kind of went to your head and you got a little bossy, I guess is the word?
Okay, back then, yes, I was ahead because that's what I was taught. But now the woman is God to me because everybody comes out the womb of a woman. Everybody, including y'all too. Y'all come out the womb of a woman.
I did.
I hope so.
I'm just saying. But back then, no, because of indoctrination,
Right.
I would say that, that book is tight, and you could, but I realized that, like, dang, now I do. Back then, I didn't. Back then, I was with it. I'm the head. You do what I say. And I live it was like that. With my wife in the house, you do what I say. It pretty much was that. I mean, go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to ask, do you think some of that attitude, for lack of a better word, contributed to the failure of your marriage?
Yes, because in my opinion, the House of Yahweh taught me not to appreciate what a woman is. Me personally, today, I would venerate a woman and consider everything from a woman more than I would from a man. Mainly reason I'm saying that is because each and every one of us come out the womb of a woman. We all come out the womb of a woman.
Right.
The woman, to me, in my opinion, the closest replication in seeing so-called God is a woman. She literally does that. You like literally, there's a whole person inside of you. I was like,
oh,
damn.
I know 3 times over.
Me too. Pray for me too.
I was like, dude, we ain't do shit. We just like Josh's sperm on and walk off. He's like, bam. And then on top of it too, if after you born, who you want to be on the island with? You want to be straight on the island with your daddy, or your mama just gave birth to you? Your mama got breasts that you be like, bam, I'm finna nourish you. The dad can't do shit. I just say, you'll be like, oh shit. You be like, I'm with my mama. I can at least eat for a little bit. I mean, just some shit go, whatever. But I don't want to be with my daddy. If I was born and shit went bad, I need to be with my mama because my mama life is going to sustain me. Not only am I going to come up out of her, but she's going to sustain me. And I started seeing the male chauvinistic aspect of the ideology. And I was like, wow, wait a minute. I mean, men got breasts. What the fuck our breasts do? Like, stick a baby to your man breast and see what the fuck they do. They gonna do shit. I just said, you stick it to his breast, it's gonna be like, I ain't gonna show you my breast enough, but I just said, ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna show my Dallas Cowboys. But anyway, they ain't gonna do nothing.
Right. But
you take that baby that's come out of your womb and you can bring them to your bosom and it's letting you know, quote unquote, who God is on earth. And we all that went through that. They have flipped stuff around, in my opinion, and made it look like it's masculine. And made it look like, oh, Eve messed up and it's Adam and blah, blah, blah. And I don't even like Adam because I'm like, how you sleep with somebody that come from you? Because Eve come from Adam. Because technically, that's your daughter. I'm just saying. I mean, if Eve came up out of you, anything that come up out of you is your offspring. And what?
Well, that's for another subject. That's for another.
I know.
So let me ask you, what are your two most fondest memories of being in the House of Yahweh?
Rapping on stage. Love that. They let me do that. I was like, wow. They greeted me with love, so I can't knock that. They greeted me like, bruh. They handed me a microphone and said, say what you want to say.
Okay, well, I'm gonna jump ahead then a little, and I'm gonna ask you if you can do one of those raps for us because I actually had heard about them. You and I were never in the house at the same time. I left in 94, you joined in 95. So I would like to hear one of those raps.
I was there the first time you did it. It was amazing. You totally missed it.
You know what? Okay, well then I'm going to say the first rap that I first said. So, okay. Greetings in the name of Yeshua, our Messiah. Evil will retire when my fathers bring the fire, acquire the truth, and recognize the plan. Abominations in this land bringing the son of man. And I'm a fan to understand the time with the quickness. House of Yahweh is established by 2 witnesses. From Jerusalem straight to Abilene. Truth is on the scene, make you ritually clean, join the team. And see the real glory that many have sought. And what the truth means is Yahweh's holy law. In the Torah is what my father planned it. 613 beautiful commandments. Follow the laws and you will be blessed. When disobey, you be pressed and oppressed. The laws equal life from the living tree. You would know the truth and the truth will set you free. Father God, with laws bring peace. We love the truth that sets you free. Father God, with laws bring peace. We love the truth that sets you free. I'm going to stop right there.
Let me just say, Melody,
Thank
the
you for doing
background
that.
music to that is Coolio's Gangster.
Been living most of our life living in the gangster's paradise.
Gangster Paradise by Coolio. That's the background music to that.
Okay.
So here we were. We used to have where they would little concerts during the feast, right?
Right.
And we're sitting there, we're talking, yada, yada, yada. This is a great, great thing. I had seen Nuke walking around he was very friendly, very outgoing. I don't think he knew a stranger. Everybody was immediately, hey, sister, hey, brother, how are you? You know. So when the lights went down, I'm not joking to you about this. The lights went down in the sanctuary. The stage lights came up, and here comes this guy, and he starts rapping. I remember I turned to the person next to me, and I went, do they know he's doing this? And they were like, I don't know, but let's enjoy it. He ended up having to do it twice that feast. Did you not, Nuke? Wasn't it twice you ended up having to do that?
I did do 2 songs. But it wasn't that one. I didn't do the same song twice. I did many songs on the stage.
The crowd erupted, Melody.
I was like, yeah.
Cheering, clapping. I mean, I was like, oh, girl, we in a concert. We in a concert. Look at him go. Hey, Mel.
Yeah.
Hey, Melody, girl. If you could have been that day and there, you'd have been like, ooh.
I am sorry I missed that. I missed that. I will admit this.
You would have been his ride or die sooner.
Hey, Mel. Mel, can you hear me?
Yep.
You should have been in a coat just a little bit longer. You like, but man, like, I got to go.
I missed out. I missed out on that. I was ready to leave, but I was also excommunicated, so there was a combination going on there.
I know, you worship Satan. I already know. It's all good.
So, I know that you shared with us that you brought a lot of people into the House of Yahweh, and are you comfortable sharing with us how you feel about that now in hindsight? Do you have any regrets, or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, most of the people I brought in the House of Yahweh has grown beyond that, and they all are very successful. It's just one that's now corresponding back to the House of Yahweh. And I'm like, dude, it's only one. I brought like 13 people to the house.
Wow.
But it's one. Sometimes your mortality make you think, because your mortality will put you to the point. Because any one of us, if our mortality pushes us to the point, we'll be like, oh God, or something, blah, blah, blah. Because we ain't got nothing else left. I'm just saying, you're on your last breath or your last whatever. he hasn't went back there, but I'm like, dude, we did this back in the 90s. You went back there. But some people need a structure.
Yeah. I
You
agree.
know? But I'm like, how you gonna go back? I'm like, you're beyond that. But
So,
yeah.
other than
What
that,
kind
everybody else that you brought in did come out,
they're
has come
great.
out. Okay.
They're great. They all great. They all great. They're doing their thing. You know. They're all
Did
doing their
you
thing.
did you leave before any of them left?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah,
Did you feel
yes.
guilty when you left and they stayed in?
I didn't feel guilty. Uh to me, I was on a journey. And I was like, this destination has ended.
What
It's time.
ultimately made you leave the House of Yahweh?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
That's why she's interviewing.
Yeah, no. That's a good question. Okay. My wife went to Michigan to visit her parents.
Okay.
And she told me she ain't coming back. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna come up there with you. I was like, I'm going too. I was with Uncle Bobby too. He's somewhere up in the room right now. I was like, well, I'm finna go too. I went up to Michigan, Melody. I went up to Jackson, Michigan. Jackson, Michigan. I went to Jackson, Michigan. And I was like, hey, because prior to that, I already was thinking my own on a whole nother level, like, really, like, why ain't come to this place? Like, really? I was already at that point, like, I really didn't need to come to
Well,
this
what were
place.
you questioning? What brought you to that point?
Well, because of what I previously knew, I was already on that level of studying things, researching things, and so forth. And I knew this is, excuse my French, but this is BS. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm French. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna say this is BS. I knew that. I was like, really, this is a BS. This is some BS. And I understood that, and I knew it. I still went along with the fashion. You know, the only thing that's bad on my credit record is my trailer from the House of Yahweh. And literally, they put that shit on my credit record. It's been over 20-something years, and it's still on my credit record. They were like, yeah, T.P. Lane, this damn trailer you supposed to. They put that shit on my credit record.
Wow.
I'm like, damn. Wow. Yeah, they were playing around. They put that shit on my credit record. And I work for them for $40 a week, mind you. Because don't forget that part. I literally make $40 a week. That's less than minimum wage. I'm just saying. But
yeah,
it was cool. But I will say this. I was gladfully and joyfully did it because of my love for the place and my brothers and stuff that was around me. I didn't do it in misery. Now, I know of a lot of stories. And there are people I can bring to this podcast too that I would be like, hey, come to this podcast and do an interview.
We're looking
with
for more people to interview. So we are down to 5 minutes. Do you think we need another episode, or are we getting close to wrapping up here? I think we're probably getting pretty close here.
Girl, you know we're not gonna stop talking. We gotta do it again. You got to redo another one.
I guess we're gonna do a part 2 now.
Okay.
I guess Nuke has spoken.
Okay, so we are going to take a little break here, and we will be back. So we're gonna say goodbye for a minute.
Okay, all right.